It has been a long time since the Detroit Pistons have been an actual relevant team that other teams look at and they fear. In fact, it's been probably 2 decades since we won the championship in '04 when teams actually looked at us like that. Now, I'm not trying to convince you that we're going to win the NBA Finals this year, but I am going to try and convince you of why I think this is finally the year the Pistons start that turnaround and start to get back to that level. Now, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe as we go through every reason why I think the Detroit Pistons could make some noise this season in the NBA. Now, obviously, you look at the new roster with Tim Hardaway Jr., you also look at Malik Beasley, and then Tobias Harris as well. All really good additions, in my opinion. Obviously, focusing on Tobias Harris. Well, you saw it during preseason. Him and Cade Cunningham look like they work well. We finally have a floor spacer for Cade who can shoot the three ball 40% from three, sometimes higher, as well as be able to defend here and there. He's not the best defender, but overall, I mean, we have Ausar Thompson, Ron Holland to do that at that position. I feel like we might be playing Tobias at the 4 this year. We're probably going to start him there. I don't think Stewart's going to start. I would actually prefer him not to. I think the starting lineup I'll get to later for my projections, but I think we're going to have Tobias at the 4. And you saw it in the preseason. Cade looked a lot better. What was Cade's issue since his rookie year? He doesn't have floor spacers. He has poor shooters around him and guys that don't know how to space the floor. Now we have a guy who can shoot the ball from anywhere, can score on his own. He can take it to the rim. That's why I wanted guys like Pascal Siakam, because they know how to score. This guy is just like a Pascal. He knows how to score. Maybe not as good of a defender, but he's even better scorer and shooter in my opinion. I think Tobias Harris is going to help Cade out and the team out a ton, especially on offense. Now, Bobby Klintman and Ron Holland, the 2 rookies that we got. Now, focusing on Ron Holland is probably going to get quite a few minutes with Ausar being out. He's easily comparable to Ausar in my book. Now, we have no idea when Ausar is going to be back, and to me, I think a Ron Holland is just a higher potential Ausar Thompson. Ausar Thompson, I think, has kind of hit his, what he's going to be. He's already, 22, 23 years old. The biggest thing he's going to improve on is shooting, which once he becomes a good shooter, by the way, if he ever becomes like a really good shooter, he's probably the best role player in the league because he's already like a top 5 to 10 defender in the league. He was like leading the league in rebounds last year as a 6'7" rookie, and blocks as well. Like, he is just a monster. And you look at Ron Holland, who's very similar, a guy who I think is going to, once he develops a shot, going to be one of the best role players in this league, and he's only 18. He's going to be good. JB Bickerstaff, the new head coach, is one of the biggest reasons. Obviously, look at the roster with Cade, Ivy, Simone, as well as guys like Duren, Ausar, and Tobias Harris. Right there is going to be your starters. Now, obviously, Ausar is going to be out for a bit. But the other 5, being Cade, Ivy, Simone, Tobias, and Duren, those 5 will be your starting 5. Now, Ausar Thompson, I think, won't start, once he comes back. I don't think he's just going to start every game, but I do think if you're looking for defense, you might start him. And if you're looking for bigs, you might put Stewart in there as well. I do think that we are still kind of missing another big, by the way. Like, we just need a 7-footer. We don't have one. We have Paul Reed, who's pretty good, but we need a 7-footer. But overall, I look at that starting 5, and I like it. I don't think it's the best starting 5 in the league, but I think it has potential with Ivy, the way he's been shaping up, which we'll talk about him in a minute. Cade, we all know how good he is. Duren, he's a beast. Tobias Harris is a beast. And if Simone can kind of do what we hope he can do, which he did last year for us, we're going to be looking good. It's going to be a good starting 5. It could be a top 10 starting 5 in the league if all goes well. Now, let's talk about this team. All right, I'm going to ramble on for a little bit. Just feel free to watch the highlights and listen, because I'm going to make a few really good points. I want to start with, obviously, the coach, JB Bickerstaff. I think that the way that he was able to help out Cleveland, you saw the way he was able to help coach young talent and take that team from, 30 wins to 54. The Cavs were a legitimate playoff team. I thought they'd make it to, either the conference finals or, the semifinals of the Eastern Conference. I really like what I see from this coach. His track record's there. I know he got fired. It's kind of a similar situation as Monty Williams, but Monty Williams did not know how to coach young teams, and that was why I was a little worried when we got him. I liked the hiring, but immediately hated it. When I seen Killian Hayes starting over Ivy, I get what he was trying to do there, but you just don't start a dude who shouldn't even be on an NBA roster. You don't start him over Jaden Ivey. And we saw the repercussions of that later in the year started winning more games when Ivy started playing and got his mojo back, his confidence. And that brings me to my second point. Obviously the coach, by the way, you've seen it in preseason. His rotations are amazing. We have no more all bench lineups. His ability to, the defense looks way better as well. And then the offense is actually passing the ball. Like, we're moving it's insane. I've never seen us pass the ball like that in the last 5 years. Now, Jaden Ivey's another guy I want to focus on because his improvement is going to take us to the next level. I think my preseason prediction for him this season was like 18-5-4. I'm kind of thinking of upping that because I do think that he's going to be such a key part. Now that he's starting all year, I'm going to have him at 20. I'm going to go 20. I don't know if I want to go 6 assists. I'm going to go 25 and 6. I'm going to be bold. I think Ivy's a great playmaker, and they're going to rely on him a lot. They're going to stagger him and Cade while also having them on the floor at the same time. We're going to go 25 and 6 for Ivy. The way that he's improved his jump shot, you've seen it. He's shooting like literally 50% from 3 in preseason. I think over that, actually. His shooting splits were insane. It was like 60, 52, and 85. Like, this dude has improved his game. He's heading into year 3, and he's ready to go. I absolutely love what I've seen from Ivy. Tobias Harris, I've talked about him. That dude is going to bring a whole new level to the offense as well. Cade, I'm hoping, continues what he's been doing. I think the Pistons have a legitimate chance of making the play in this year. I'm not saying they're going to win it all, but right now, my prediction is probably going to be 34 wins, probably, 4 or 5 games short of the play-in tournament. But I think that we're going to battle to the end, and, with 10 games left, we're going to still be in that race, which is going to be exciting. It is. And I don't know if we're going to make the play-in. I'd say we have about a 50-50 chance. I'd say 40 to 41 wins is our max, but I'm going 30 wins. We have to at least hit 30. I'm expecting 34. I think 38 is very doable, and even 40 as well. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. What is the Pistons record going to be this year? 38 is my other prediction. 34 is what I expect because I don't think going from 14 wins to 38 is super realistic. But with this team, I think we could. So we'll see. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Thank you for watching, and peace. Go Pistons.